I'm Donna Hale, 32, and folks often claim money can't buy joy, but they overlook how it offers peace or a safety net. That's what I craved. Not lavish boats or getaways to Santorini, but a life where a single car repair or job loss wouldn't unravel me. I call Flagstaff, Arizona, home, where towering pines and ancient air shape the days. My house, a modest 2-bedroom with squeaky floors and a finicky water heater, became mine in 2016 after I started as a systems analyst at a medical logistics company. I drive a 2008 Toyota Matrix, its rear bumper dented, with no plans to replace it. My mornings are routine: coffee, oatmeal, and a peek at my bank balance before work begins. I found comfort watching the numbers climb, bit by bit. From $92,300 to $97,200, then up to $212,400 by summer 2024. That figure meant something. It proved I'd made smart choices. Every skipped trip, every packed lunch, every no to takeout or new outfits had purpose. My savings weren't about greed. They were a shield for emergencies, possibilities, the unpredictable. I kept quiet about it, not out of secrecy, but because people don't always understand discipline. They twist it into criticism, envy, or jest. My brother Ellis once quipped, "What's the stash for? Armageddon?" I wanted to reply, "No, it's to keep the world from breaking me." Back then, I didn't see that I wasn't just saving cash. I was relying on systems I thought were untouchable, especially by those closest to me. Then came the family reunion. Every June, we head to Lake Powell for a weekend at my parents' old log cabin. It's always the same: grilled burgers, chaotic relay races, and too many folding chairs. We act like we're tight-knit, even when talk fizzles after an hour. I got there early Friday, the air heavy with heat. Dad waved from the deck, beer in hand, while Mom fussed in the kitchen, quietly irked about latecomers. I unpacked, cut watermelon, and dodged questions about settling down. Ellis and Delaney rolled in just before sunset in a dusty black sedan. He honked twice, lowered the window, and grinned that lopsided smirk he's had since he was 17. "Donna Hale," he called, stretching my name like a talk show host. "Still crunching numbers off the grid?" I met him on the gravel path. "Still telling jokes nobody gets?" I shot back. Delaney stepped out, breezy sundress and oversized sunglasses, singing, "Donna, you haven't changed, still so put together." Her hug felt light, all show no depth. It had been over a year since I'd seen them face to face. Ellis smelled of aftershave and energy drinks, Delaney of sunscreen and fancy citrus perfume. They looked sharp, maybe tired, but glossier than I'd expected. At dinner, Ellis poked fun at my mountain hermit life, asking if I'd sworn off dating or just talking. Delaney chuckled, but her gaze lingered on my hands, my watch, the way I passed the salad, studying me too intently. Later, by the campfire, as others swapped old stories, I caught her staring again. She smiled when I noticed. "You've got it all figured out, Donna," she said. "How do you do it?" I shrugged. "Just planning." She nodded, thoughtful, like she was filing it away. Next morning, she was in the kitchen when I came for coffee. It was just us. While others napped or hit the lake, Delaney suggested a walk along the lake trail. I agreed, more out of courtesy than desire. We walked quietly, gravel crunching underfoot. The heat softened by a breeze off the water. A jet ski hummed faintly across the cove. "Sorry if Ellis was harsh last night," she said abruptly. "He thinks he's hilarious." "Always has," I replied lightly. She kicked a stone off the path. "You've built something solid, haven't you?" "Took time," I said. She stopped walking. "Donna," she said, her voice softer, "I need to tell you something." I turned, a tightness forming in my chest. "I'm pregnant," she said, eyes welling. "Found out last week." I blinked. "Wow, that's great." She gave a weak laugh. "It's not. We're broke, really broke. Car's gone, 3 months behind on rent, and now this." The tightness grew. "I don't know how we'll manage," she went on. "I'm pulling double shifts at the cafe. Ellis is jobless again. I'm terrified." Without thinking, I said, "I can help. I can send you something to catch up." "No," she said fast, shaking her head. "I'm not asking for that." But we both knew she was. Seriously, Delaney, I pressed. Whatever you need. She nodded, wiping tears. Thanks. I'm just lost. We walked back in silence. At the cabin, Ellis played cornhole with cousins, carefree. That night, I lay awake, calculating how much I could give without feeling it. $5,000 maybe. It wouldn't dent me. I'd still have over $100,000. If it helped them breathe, get ready for the baby, wasn't that worth it? Next morning, I entered the quiet kitchen early. No coffee brewing, no porch chatter. Delaney sat at the table, hunched over my laptop. She looked up, startled. Oh, sorry, she said, fingers pausing on the trackpad. Just checking the weather. My phone's dead. I nodded, swallowing unease. No worries. She stepped back. I closed the laptop without glancing at the screen. Storm's coming around 4, she said, as if that explained it, then smiled too brightly and left. I stood there, coffee mug still in the cabinet. I never leave my laptop open, but I couldn't recall logging out. Doubt flickered. I pushed it down. It was Delaney. Still, I changed my banking password that morning, just in case. But I didn't go further. No two-factor setup, no security question reset. It felt absurd to suspect her. Suspicion felt like disloyalty, and I wasn't ready to distrust family. Instead, I kept mulling over $5,000, how to offer it gently, maybe as a gift, no strings. That afternoon, we lounged by the dock, pretending life was as easy as the lake's shimmer. Ellis cracked beers and one-liners. Delaney hummed to the music, leaning on the railing. I caught her glance, quick, unreadable. I looked away first. Sunday came fast. They left before lunch. Delaney hugged me tightly. You're the best, Donna, she said. Then they were gone. Driving home, I planned the transfer. Monday morning, I fed the neighbor's cat, brewed coffee, and sat at my kitchen table under a gray sky. I opened my laptop, debating if $5,000 was too much or too little. I logged into my bank, expecting the familiar 6-digit balance. But the screen stopped me cold. 0. I blinked, refreshed, waited. Still 0. My mind rejected it. A glitch, maybe a wrong account. I checked again. Nothing. I was standing, coffee sloshing in my mug, not feeling my fingers as I called the bank. Western Oak Credit Union, how can I help? The voice chirped. This is Donna Hale, I said, forcing calm. My savings account shows 0. That's impossible. A pause. Let me check, she said, softer. Verify your name and last 4 of your social? I did. Another pause. I see transfers from Friday night through Sunday, totaling $212,000. My throat dried. Where? Several external accounts. I'll email the transaction list. The email arrived mid-call. I scanned it. $18,500, $12,000, $22,000, each line a punch. Then the names, Delaney R. Hale, Ellis J. Hale. The room blurred. My brother, his wife. The ones who thanked me for lemonade, who hugged me goodbye. I sat frozen, then packed a bag and drove to Phoenix, telling no one. Their apartment complex was shabby, faded siding, a drooping balcony, crooked mailboxes. I'd visited once, but now it felt alien. I knocked twice. Ellis answered, barefoot, in basketball shorts, holding orange soda. Donna, he said, grinning. Didn't expect you. You okay? I didn't answer, just walked in. Delaney was on the couch, scrolling her phone. She looked up, blinked, and set it down slowly, wearing Ellis's oversized sweatshirt. I know, I said. The air grew heavy. Ellis closed the door. No one spoke. My account, I said softly. All of it gone. Delaney gave a small laugh, like I'd shared a mildly odd story. You're being dramatic. You used your names, I said. Didn't even hide it. Relax, she said, brushing her knee. We needed it more. You're always fine, Donna. You'll recover. Ellis leaned against the wall, arms crossed. You hoard cash like it's the apocalypse. You weren't using it. I pulled out my phone. Then you won't mind what comes next. Delaney sat up. What are you doing? My thumb didn't waver as I dialed 911. I need to report a theft, I said. Large-scale financial theft. I'm in their apartment. Ellis's face fell. Delaney didn't laugh. I gave the address clearly. Yes, I said when asked. I'll wait outside. They were arrested 3 days later. I wasn't there, but a neighbor said Ellis answered the door shirtless, smirk fading at the badge. Delaney sobbed. Someone filmed it, and it hit the neighborhood Facebook group. I didn't watch. The police report was stark. Identity theft, fraud, conspiracy. No mention of shared memories or lake weekends. That night, Mom called. I stared at the screen before answering. Donna, she sobbed. What have you done? She's your brother's wife. She's pregnant. I said nothing. She's pregnant, she repeated. You called the cops on family. She's not pregnant, I said. What? She lied. No baby. The investigator told me. Silence. Dad's voice mumbled in the background, then a sharp curse, his a first. I need to go, Mom whispered, and the call ended. I stood in my kitchen, phone in hand. The dishwasher beeped. A breeze lifted a receipts corner. Everything was normal, the ordinary I'd fought for. Next morning, I emailed the detective, confirming I'd press charges and cooperate fully. She replied, grateful, outlining the trial and possible restitution. The trial was quick. Evidence was airtight. Transfers traced to their apartment's IP. Keith, my digital forensic analyst, testified with cool precision, making their defense seem performative. Ellis sat jaw tight, like it was a minor hassle. Delaney cried, dabbing her eyes like she sought pity. Neither looked at me. The judge called it deliberate and predatory. A betrayal steeped in cruelty. Ellis took a plea. 6 years in prison, no parole for 5. Delaney got 2 years and 5 years probation. She gave a vague statement about desperation. Never saying my name or meeting my eyes. No apology. I recovered $71,000 via asset seizure. A car bought with my money, some jewelry. The rest, $42,000, vanished on rent, groceries, maybe gambling. Ordinary life funded by my discipline. After sentencing, I walked out alone. No family waited, no messages came. My parents didn't show. No dramatic showdown, just my shoes on the courthouse steps in January's chill. At home, I made tea and sat by the window. The sun gilded the snowbank's edge. I wasn't victorious, just weary. But not shattered. I changed every password, opened new accounts, added locks. Not for fear, but to guard better. Family stayed silent. I began again. 8 months later, my life's quieter, earned. Same house, same car, same coffee, but different. I rewrote my rules, starting with control. New bank, 2-factor everything, unguessable security questions. I encrypt files, monitor logins, shut digital doors softly. I'm saving again, not at 6 figures yet, but each dollar is proof I endured. I don't speak to Ellis or Delaney. I ignore unknown calls and skip the Facebook post where Delaney shared a forgiveness quote. I hike more, photograph pine bark in frost curves, joined a trivia group where I'm just Donna, the geography nerd. I'm dating Carter. Kind, awkward, respectful of my silences. I haven't shared everything, but we laugh, and our quiet doesn't hurt. When he asks about my past, I say I saved too much, trusted too easily. The rest will come. No one touches my accounts now. I hold the keys to my money, my future. They took everything, but what I've built since. It's mine.